to be prepared.
Seem to be in a better mood than the last time we saw you last week.
We won. No.
Jameis, I can't remember exactly when it was. I don't know if it was when you first got here or the combine or something, but at one point you said you can't wait to play J.J. Watt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your wait is over. How do you feel about it now?
I mean, just like last week, getting to play against Drew Brees and even Mark Ingram, growing up a kid from Alabama, seeing him win the Heisman Trophy there, it's just amazing as a true football fan to play against the best players in the game or the best players I didn't seen since I've been growing up.
We asked Dirk Cutter about that, and he said, yeah, be careful what you wish for. You realize it could be one of those situations, too. What's your confidence level?
Man, I have tremendous confidence, but, I mean, it's still a privilege for me, me just thinking like a kid, not even thinking about going against some guy. I'm just like, wow, we get to play J.J. Watt. It's amazing.
Where does he rank on your list of players that, you
I mean, I look up to a lot of players. I'd rather talk about the game. I mean, he's just a great player. He's an amazing player.
As you prepare for that front, and you see, Vince Wilfork, you've got, JJ, and
I forgot about Vince.
You got Clowney. How much of a challenge is that when you see them on tape and try to prepare for them?
Well, I just trust my offensive line, man. I mean, obviously those guys are great. We got Jadeveon Clowney, the first pick of last year. We got Vince Wilfork. He's a true veteran. Just great guys. It's going to be amazing to play against those guys. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a battle between two good football teams.
And that's a team that's generated by their defense. Does that kind of, change your plan in terms of, and that's their strength that you maybe have to get rid of the ball a lot quicker?
Well, yeah, we going to having the same mindset as we cannot beat ourselves. Obviously they have a great defense, but I believe if I do my job, don't turn the ball over, we'll be pretty good.
I know Mike Evans was on kind of a play count last week, but in general, you guys weren't able to hook up in the preseason for whatever reason. What can you do, or you guys as a team, to help get him involved? How much of a part is this offense?
Well, the more opportunities that we are able to get him, is huge. I mean, that guy, just give him an opportunity, one chance, he'll make a big play for you. So obviously we worked over the summer, so we have that chemistry, but we're going to hook up out there on the field.
Jameis, after week one, the disappointment, and now here you stand with your first NFL win under your belt, preparing for a next game. How much more confident are you? Does it change your mindset at all? Just knowing that, now I've done it.
No, it doesn't change my mindset at all. The goal is still to eliminate the negatives and add on the positives. I mean, we got to get better every single week. We won, but there's a lot of things out there on that field that we left on the table, like that the drive where I threw the ball to Murph on the scramble. I mean, we got to put the ball in the end zone when we get the ball on the 6. So I'll take full responsibility on that. I missed 2 wide open throws, So it's a lot of stuff we can improve on week to week.
Jameis, each week you've had a different experience. You had the lows of week 1, the highs of week 2. What have you learned from experiencing both sides of it?
It's football. The thing is, like, now, even though we won, I got to put that behind me. We have another great team ahead of us that we got to prepare for, and we got to be ready to play.
A lot of young players will press after a performance that they're disappointed in. To what can you attest not pressing last week?
Because it's football. You like I say, as long as you are trying to keep getting your goals, like to get better every week, you can't worry about a bad experience or a bad go around, because it's gonna be good ones that come.
How much did the game slow down for you, given the fact that you had some extra time that you didn't have in week 1 in terms of protection?
The game was similar. I just made better decisions. I didn't turn the ball over. This game is situational football. I fumbled, but I didn't have any early picks that turned into a pick 6. So the game was the same.
Jameis, it's the next man up league, but how much will you miss Austin not having?
Well, not only will I miss Austin on the field, but man, he's a great friend of mine. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking positive. I don't really know his situation for real. So if we can get him, that's great. But if we can't, we got some great tight ends: Brandon Myers, Luke Stoker, and Cam Breakback. He traded us and went to the Saints and then came back, but we happen to have him back.
What kind of connection did you develop with Austin early on, and how did that help you?
Well, any time that we put time off the field on off season, so it was obviously we had that connection heading into the season, so we prepared for that. But he's just a great receiver. A great tight end. He's big, long, and very athletic.
James, when you look back at the tape, was there anything, or maybe just how you felt, was there anything that you thought you did really well this week that you didn't do as well the week before?
Just took care of the football. You know, when you don't throw any like an interception on the first drive to hurt your defense, I mean, obviously you got to be happy about that. So I just took care of the football. Had that late fumble, which I got to protect the ball with 2 hands. But other than that, it was a very clean game.
Dirk's always talking about you not taking hit there, you know, that's on the offensive line some. Sometimes it's on yourself. Is there more you can do to maybe avoid some of those collisions?
Yeah, I can get down. I can throw the ball away. But the thing is, when we're actually playing football, when you're out there on that field, you're not thinking about that. All I'm thinking about is trying to compete. You know, like I said, it's gonna come with time. You know, the older I get, I'm gonna know I'm gonna have to get down. But that's just me getting used to the game. It's my second game. You know, eventually I will learn. You know, to get down.
Where'd you learn that spin move at?
I was just trying to get the first down, man. That's all.
What did it mean for you to be able to connect with Vincent Jackson the way in which you did in the end zone? I know during the preseason you had some scrambling touchdowns, but to be able to connect with him like that.
It was. I mean, anytime when you got a guy like Vincent Jackson, Mike Evans on your team, you want to put the ball in their hands as many times as possible. You know, Vince being a veteran, you know, he tells me like, hey Jameis, I'm gonna be open here, I'm gonna be open there. You know, so you gotta trust him. You gotta know that he's gonna be where you want him to be.
What went through your mind though when you guys had that? Because I got to say on social media, it just lit up over that throw.
I just thought I had a touchdown to Vince. You know, the middle field open. You know, we work on that play all the time at practice. You know, so both the light bulbs was clicking in the top of our head, and we executed. You know, it was amazing.
James, Dirk said that you're always reminding him about how good you run that 2-minute no huddle. Why are you so comfortable in that situation?
I think I just play faster in that situation, and I did it in college. You know, so but any situation that Coach Cutter puts me in, you know, I'm trying my best to, you know, perform my best. You know, I like up-tempo things, you know, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. You know, any way that we call the game, like I'm the player. My job is to execute. You know, I'm not a coach. I'm going to do whatever my coach tells me to do.
Being a rookie, how much intimidation do you find the opponent, some of the veterans, trying to intimidate you in games?
I never let another man intimidate me, ever. But, you know, it's football, you know, so obviously being competitive is going to be a big thing out there. So we compete, you know, we're playing a sport that we love. You know, intimidation is not a factor.
A lot of smack talking, though?
A
lot of smack talking from them?
That's the game. That's the game of football.
Jameis, I know you said you're focused on more than just JJ, but when you have a defensive end with a motor like that, what's it like going up against a guy like that all game long?
Obviously, his objective is just to get in your head, you know. But I gotta focus on doing what I have to do. You know, if I let him hurt me, you know, I'm hurting the team. I gotta try my best to do what I need to do for this team.